please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for alerts. So welcome to Channeling Ascended Masters, Azazel. He came to me, he is not negative, and he is used as a scapegoat for an awful lot of things. So, Azazel, before I let him channel, what's he about? Transformation. Wisdom. Not higher wisdom, but soul's self-wisdom. Sovereignty. Truth of all things. Now, he's neither angel or demon. He's deeper. He's like the pendulum of balance. He doesn't come forward comforting. He doesn't come forward with aggression. He comes forward with purpose. So Azazel is no mere spirit. He's a crucible. Some might say the trial. Fire in the cave. Or he places the fire in the cave if we are the cave. He doesn't console. He ignites. He does not protect. He forges. He's the initiator of heroes. The corrupter of illusions. The mentor of the awakened. He brings alchemy of self. Courage to face the internal mirror from which sovereignty can emerge. So to summarise, transformation and wisdom. He's chosen the words energetic weaponization or weaponizer. Energetic weaponizer. Not for harm, for cutting old cords, for forging spiritual armour, for oneself to move forward, to confront shadow self. An energetic weaponizer, he says, for invoking indomitable resilience. Alexa, what does indomitable mean?
The adjective indomitable is usually defined as that cannot be subdued or overcome, as persons, will, or courage, unconquerable.
So where we kind of are stuck. Perhaps we know what we need to overcome, but we can't. There might be a fear of, well, I've been misled for so long, or it could be a lot of things. But he invokes that indomitable resilience to overcome anything. So I bring wisdom. I may be old in years, but not in mind. This is me. I hope you find, with wisdom from 10,000 years, yet warm enough to still cry tears. Time to cause the souls to collust with words of pain and grief and malice. Get lost in this and there's no more. No love, no hate, no joy, no war. With rain come skies of black and grey, yet sunlight shines through at the break of each day. So balance comes with those sunny days. Take them all. Learn, grow, embrace the wind, embrace the snow. The seasons of all around each of us. See them all. Don't give them fuss. Don't be eluded by the wind of others, the snow, the storms that are put around us. So master these thoughts of mind, and life will move along just fine. Acceptance brings your wisdom out, and that's what life is all about. It brings your spiritual side forward to grow, ascend, and be as meant to be. Part of all, yet unique as one. Unique and sovereign. Yourself knows the higher laws and universal constraints. You don't need judging by any man. In land or soul or physical form, you use your sovereignty like you did when you were born. That's what I come around for all. To bring you the strength to see all. So yes, I can come when you may feel like quitting. You never quit. See, when things go wrong, as they always do, when the roads are trudging, seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, and every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when we might have won had we stuck it out. So don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggles has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night slipped down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be nearer when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. So he's given us that poem, which is by David Avocado, I think, if I've read his name right. Because confronting the shadow self, most do a U-turn on the first glance. But there's nothing to fear. It's things we've shut out. But more importantly, that others have got us to shut out. Spreading our power. It's the only way to ascend, to rid the shadow self from around us once again. We don't come to earth with a shadow self, but we can't ascend if we leave the earth with a shadow. So we've shut part of the soul out. That means we've got to reincarnate. If you don't wish to reincarnate, then the shadow self needs to be confronted, be brought back in with love and comforting. So Azazel. So I may be told and spoken of bad, that I bring fear, chaos, that I ride around with the devil, with Lucifer, that you know now is strong, is bright. It's not true. I also bright. Similar to Raphael, a bright, bright green. So I don't come from hell. I bring lasting transformation to those that I work. I bring mastery. Mastery over energetic cord cutting, shadow integration, and personal sovereignty. So in all forms, from emotional cord cutting, see self-mastery, so weapon forging, brings psychic resilience, shows all truth, unlocks the wisdom from your higher use. You see the truth, not just of our higher nature, but of the physical domain, where you might find you're lied to in many dimensions. That diminishes your power. My role is an enlightener, a transformer. You can call me a shadow guide. But you've got to be the catalyst for change, not I. You need to understand how I operate. I operate as a divine force. that refines the soul, bringing you light. Not from around, but from the shadow to within. We light the shadow and bring it back forward in. So you have to face your own reflections, prepared to sacrifice illusions. Reclaim your flame, that the shadow takes and dims the flame. Make your lighthouse bright, bright as can be. It's not fearful. You were born without shadow, you see. So it's not going to be bad. It's not going to be encompassing. It's just being brave enough to look and let it in. See, most people fear the shadow, you see. But why? When you know not what it may be. Bring balance and purity then. So are you ready to master your shadows instead of avoiding them? How many of you seem to ask for permission to evolve? Yet we're all God, if we're fair, we're told. We're all the divine, we're all the light, we're infinite, we're always bright. But yes, we're unique, we're individual too, part of a greater whole. You keep your oneness too. So your oneness in spirit wouldn't even debate, wouldn't hesitate to bring that shadow back. So shadow's good, as long as it's forming from a light that's not you. If it comes from another, casting a shadow, it's wonderful. It can be a mask, a hide. It can be a forging of a shield. It can hide your true self till it's time to be revealed. But when it's your shadow, casting from your own light, it's things you've pushed out, or others have taught you into some bright light, some bright idea that's only for others. So I am a force to be reckoned with for others, those that try to create hierarchy, power, trying to create dominant force. It's in the eyes of spirit and the eyes of the divine. It's worse what's going on now than of those slavery times. At least then, they knew they were in shackles, you see. But not everyone on earth can see how it is. And it's not meant to be. So mastery over energetic cord cutting. Cord cutting not to you, but those influences, you see. The shadow integration is then easy for oneself, you see. That can bring rise to personal sovereignty, where you can craft and use your powerful spoken petitions to reshape personal and external reality. You see, once you've done that for oneself, you don't go preaching, talking every other soul into it itself. But you're there as a wise wisdom, not of the higher nature, because that doesn't help with the shadow, it's a physical nature. So the soul's within. You are one. Your spirit, your love, your joy. And it's meant to be fun. So, what else? What else can I tell you? The forbidden knowledge is not knowledge that's forbidden. That's why I'm pushed and lied about in more modern texts, you see. And in that class, I'd call the religious books more modern texts, you see. So, I've taught humans for many decades and centuries ago, not just the art of metal, the sword, the shield, the crown, the pigments, the adornments, the sacred, the powders, you see. Now, my preferred metal is definitely mercury. It's flexible, it's powerful, it's strong, yet can divide. Mercury, you see, can perfectly explain the soul and the divine. It can separate, it can merge. One little molecule can go in, it can come out the other side, as bright as can be. So it's enchanting, it's craftsmanship, all of its own. That metal is elegance, So that's the real meaning from the past, if known, which I tried to show that they were ready and understood that they were the divine, and they were rejoining it, as they should. And you see the Mercury is bright as well, so it kind of pushed off a shadow in itself. That was the purpose of the Mercury in the tombs long ago, brought in light, illuminated, no shadow, only a glow, meaning they'd ascend. But it was kind of a trickery, you see, for those that couldn't confront their shadow to be. So they kind of tried to hide it. Trickery. But the divine always knows. But it is a pure metal. It's beautiful, you know. Don't like the shadow self. Shadow, the physical shadow from you is poisonous, just like Mercury is to you. But it's not once it's back within the soul. So you just have to come up with elegance, a strategy, a seduction to bring it back in. It's not your fault. You've been corrupted, but it's time to be liberated, you see. So, I've been allowed to shape reality, not merely submit to it, just like you can, you see. So do you want to submit to the physical life, or do you want to be an immortal, just like your soul? Realign. Don't submit to it. Shape your reality for you. Be your own leader, your sovereignty to you. You see, others, like I'm meant to be forbidden. When I speak to you, supposedly forbidden too. So all I'm doing is revealing the fear of tyrants. In truth, I'm a breaker of monopolies, a sacred thief who returns power to the hands of those who dare. Do you dare take your power? Your wilderness forever. Be your own self. So I do not teach in temples, you see. I appear at the edge when society casts out, you see. Lots will try and use rituals. I don't really answer. I'm not negative in form, and I have no will to answer. So I fall silent when they're trying to use my power negatively. See, I forge my own law, and so should you be like me. Because your law is my law. It's the spiritual law. It's the divine. So cast out the conventional. Even the spiritual paths don't align. So yes, I can appear as a whisper. I'm not in exile. I'm around. I'm not just there for the torn, the defiant, the seekers of essence over obedience. I don't become the hammer. I don't. Give me that again. I don't what? Anvil for rebirth. Alexa, what does anvil mean?
Anvil is usually defined as a heavy iron block with a smooth face, frequently of steel, on which metals, usually heated until soft, are hammered into desired shapes. For more, ask him to give you more definitions for
Alexa,
anvil.
stop. So he's trying to say by him coming around, he's not hammering you into shape. That's your job to do it in whatever way. So I don't teach you what to think, but how to wield your thought, to be strong, to be individual, to be aligned in all fronts and form. I won't say, I will give that, okay. He will come to you if you wanted. You don't have to work with him now with the shadow self, but you can take his energy on so you can use his power when you decide at some point itself. But he's just saying to me, I don't think I should channel that. Let me speak it, please. He's telling me, Satan is not negative. It's simply the keeper of time. It's in spirit. It isn't a time. So that is real. That's not told as being the truth. Say turn. Turn. It's like the clock of the turn of the watch, the keeper of time. Physical discipline, restriction. Yes, a sacred structure, but not negative. It's an earth element, like metal and blood. It can be used for your sovereignty too. A way of building, cutting, enduring, and leading through. Because you've got to understand time in order to conquer the shadow. See, there's only the present. The past, you've got to let go. It's happened. The future, you can rewrite. You can rewrite it in the now. So, having the power from Satan brings you the power right now. There's no red, there's no evil. There's no tempers to be mastered. Satan, the time. It's about knowing you don't need to endure. It's about being in alignment in the now, not the past, what was before, not what's ahead, because that's still coming. See, Satan in its fear, it's about in the future, at some point, they've tried to tell you, you'll be placed in hell, creating that fear. The hell, so to speak, is with bumps and turns, twists and hills to navigate for oneself. So if anything, yes, it's right what they say of the hell. That's you in the physical form. When you're a spirit, you're a soul in oneself. So down here, it's for you to ascend with those twists and the turns. So if there is a true definition of hell, then it's in the present, where you are now. So you see, if it's the now, and that's Satan, you see, to deal with the shadow, that's also in the now, you see. So you can only build one block at a time, always in the present. But it also needs cutting, getting rid of the twine. Yes, you may need to endure, but it's only a split second. It's about the leading yourself forward, progression. So no one has power over your will, unless you give it, or it's taken when you're young. When you're led astray, taught to be like a lemming, following others' way. So by using the present moment, whenever the conditions feel right, the present time, then you can use the power of I, Azazel, Satan, if you wish. Basically, it's iron. It's the inner earth. It's not a curse. It's not a negative. It's not a positive either. It's free will. It's the balance in the present. So create the conditions that you wish for yourself. You're unstoppable when you've evolved. See at present how many you can say. Do you have comfort all the time and clarity and rewards with responsibility? I guess it's a no, but you've got a choice. When you've confronted the shadow, then clarity is there. Maybe not knowing exactly what's around, but what fun would that be if you knew exactly what's to be found? But clarity, that you're good, that you're perfect as you are, that you're a soul shining brightly, ascending as far as you can. So that's rewarding, knowing that in itself. So as to be responsible for yourself and nothing else. Let others be as they are. They should be sovereign too. That is the reason you're at Earth, to let yourself grow. So, if you'd like to bring him close, I'll do a brief meditation. He just said to me, he's known as being the left-handed path. That's your energy in. They're trying to stop the connection. To feel power of sovereignty. As he has, you see. He needs to be separate from the angelic realm, you see. They have separate universal laws, if you like, so to speak. Separate them, giving them their power that is so unique. So I have to be individual, just like all of you. A strong model. A model sovereignty is you. Not evil, not bad. Yes, positive and law abiding. But to my sovereignty, there's the divine sovereignty. So I'm a consciousness. I've not lived. I'm not down on the earth. I'm all around. I'm everywhere. I'm the wind. I'm the first breath on your birth. So if you wanted to bring him close, take a few deep breaths. And get comfy. Just quieten down your mind. It's perfect timing at the moment to connect with him. Dusk. You can think about your intentions for the new day. So breathe and gaze. Gaze to the stars. Then look within to your heart. It's between both realms. You're safe, you're protected. You're in a shield of light. Picture a golden light sphere around you. Raphael will bring the green into the sphere, which matches the colour of Azazel when he comes near. They'll create an elemental circle casting around you. So relax. Get rid of all tension. Visualise your roots growing through that sphere that's around you. And gradually slow your breathing. Allow your mind to drift. So you're between a state of wake and sleep in the mind sense. He'd like you to count from 10 down to 1, imagining each number, pulling you deeper, deeper within, merging you with your soul. 10, 9, feel yourself dropping to within your heart. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Azazel, spirit of deep knowledge and strength, we call to you with respect and readiness. If it is your will, come to us in truth, so we may learn and be changed, ridding ourselves of shadow when we decide it's time for ourselves. So we approach in peace, guided by will. We have clarity. We wish to have your clarity, your courage to help us with fear. So start to visualize a greeny black flame appearing before you, a symbol of society's forbidden or hidden knowledge. Imagine the flame expanding, taking shape, possibly revealing a presence or offering a symbol. Offer your love and feel the love come to you. And just sit in silence, observe, be receptive to any visual, impressions, thoughts or sensations. Azazel may appear, you may just communicate, but ask clear and respectful questions. If you have any of him, he will answer without hesitation. It may come, not in words, but in a knowing or a feeling within. But he likes respectful questions that can help all begin. Just be observant for a few moments while he's with you. Feel his strength. Feel him reigniting joy within you. So whether or not you can feel full contact, the contact's been made. So Azazel, on behalf of all, I thank you for your presence, seen or unseen. We realise this connection is in peace until it is right that we speak again. Thank you for giving all the connection that wished. We send love once again. So when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can start to visualise the blacky green flame dimming, returning to the void that could be shadow self. Just seal the space with golden light. Feel yourself pulling the roots back out the earth to within yourself. Thanking Archangel Raphael for facilitating it too. Then when you're ready, you can start to return and reflect. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Journal if you wish, writing down any subtle impressions that you were given or you felt. So he's just saying, in the wilderness of ancient texts and forbidden scrolls, his name's standard in those that we're not allowed to see. It's etched into stone, and he's always been used for invoking moments of transformation. His name is a riddle, it's a spark. So in simple terms, he's a force, like I said, of convergence. He does teach through friction, reveals through our own exile, that can be of thoughts, can be through ordeals. But the lesson is given, or the skill set is passed, is that the gates aren't padlocked, they're open at last. They're open to your understanding, and you can walk with Azazel whenever you wish, to walk with his fire and burn down what's not needed to exist. But he's not a scapegoat, he's not a watcher or anything like that. He's a celestial being that cohabits with mortals to bring your sovereignty and power. So it's about transformation, soul retrieval. He can help reclaim power from dogma, shame, or inner defeat. And connecting with him, he creates entrepreneurs of new thought, artists who weaponize with beauty, love, and support. Survivors don't no longer stay near the back. They instead choose to lead when they're asked. So he won't be caged, just like he'd like to enlighten and illuminate within you. But he isn't a corrupter, but a liberator, that's true. He's here to offer freedom from rules and mastery over image control, corruption, and shackling. He'll help you challenge your beliefs, burn your illusions, question all that's given. In return, you'll see clearly, enduring with love, joy, no illusion, standing alone yet together, and shining ever so bright. So he hopes, even with friction, he's brought comfort and light. He just wants you to know, now initiated him, you're the sword that does not break. You're the mirror that does not lie. You're the leader who does not kneel. You just reach to the sky. He's told me to repeat that. You're the sword that does not break. You're the mirror that does not lie. You're the leader who does not kneel. You reach for the sky. And please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for alerts.